Hello everyone, this is Romario with a new Premodern video, and before we get started, I'll kindly ask you to please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave any comments below on the deck choices that I played, some of the lines that I took. I love hearing comments on what could have, different lines I could have taken, different cards or different decks we could have played. For this week, I am playing a take of Dream Halls combo. I will briefly just go back here real quick. So there was a deck that I tried to play when Show and Tell got unbanned in Premodern that I believe was called Turbo's V. And it looked like this. So we're going to see some similar cards on the list that I'm playing for this league. But so the deck basically, it was an older, I believe it was an extended deck that used to use Dream Halls and, just cards that you can draw your deck. And then usually the win con was a brain freeze. I believe that this version, or similar versions to this one, they might be a little too slow and they have too many cards that don't do a whole lot. That don't help going forward with a plan. So I came across this list that it was from an event in Southern California, and there's a player named James Gates that plays well with the deck. I was going through some deck results and trying to find a deck that a combo deck, really. I was looking for a combo deck for this video, and I came across this one. I also shout out to Chris Toller, Enchantress Master. Apparently he took first place in that same event that I got this list from. But yeah, so I found this list and it seemed to be more streamlined, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Rush of Knowledge is a card that draws more cards than any of the other cards you can play with Dream Halls in play. There are of course, some drawbacks. If Dream Hall is not in play, this card doesn't do anything really in this list. Because the way Rush of Knowledge works is so it costs 1 blue and 4. Obviously, we're not trying to pay the CMC. And it says draw cards equal to the greatest mana value among permanents you control. So in a way, it kind of becomes like a plus B combo with Dream Halls in play. You cast this, you draw 5. Then you draw either more copies of Rush of Knowledge or Meditate, Opportunity, and you keep drawing cards from your deck until eventually you have a storm count that's enough for you to cast Cunning Wish and find Brain Freeze, and then you Brain Freeze your opponent. So looking at the mana base, we just have lands that can turbo out a Show and Tell or a Dream Halls. So there are 4 copies of Ancient Tomb, 1 copy of City of Traitors, and again, I wish Magic Online would stop doing this when I don't want to do the zoom in. There are 10 islands, 2 Saprazzan Skerry, and 2 Svyelunite Temple. I believe those cards were originally from Fallen Empires, I think. I don't remember now. And then 4 copies of Lotus Petal, right? Then we got a copy of Chain of Vapor, a Stifle, and then everything else. It's kind of there's an Arcane Denial too that helps you protect your combo. But then everything else is pretty much part of the combo, right? So we got 4 AKs, 3 Cunning Wishes. This version plays more Cunning Wishes than the previous list that I tried. I've seen some lists going down to just 1 single copy of Cunning Wish. This one, we do have cards that we want to search with Cunning Wish besides the Brain Freeze to win a game. So maybe that's the reason why they had 3 copies. I played a couple of practice matches with this deck, and there were a few times that I would just Cunning Wish for Arcane Denial, or I would Cunning Wish for Tolarian Winds to try to get the combo started. So having 3 copies of Cunning Wish, pretty relevant. Also, there are some other versions of this deck that run a card that I can't remember the name now, but I think for sure I was playing this deck. Reminiscence, which says target player shuffles a graveyard into their library. That one would allow you to put back Cunning Wishes back into your deck if you have to Frantic Search, or if you had to discard one to Dream Halls. This version does not have that card, so if you discard, let's say, all 3 Cunning Wishes, you really have no win con because you can't put them back in your deck. So I guess having 3 copies also help with that. If your opponent discards one of them and you don't want to get caught with without having a way to win the game after you get your Dream Halls in play. Then the 3 copies of Frantic Search. I think the number 3 copies is probably fine. I don't think you'll be trying to cast multiple Frantic Searches in this games. it feels to me like it's just more a way for you to go up in mana with the soul lands and just like discard extra lands when you're trying to combo. So I think 3 copies is fine. We're not playing a deck that has the Sapphire Medallion, or we're not playing Replenish where you are okay with putting the cards in the graveyard. This is just a card like that, again, it might help you go up in mana and also helps you dig for pieces of your combo. Then the 4 copies of Intuition. This card might be the best card in the deck, in my opinion. It's really cool when interaction with AKs, like you can cast an Accumulated Knowledge. I'm sorry, you cast an Intuition, get 3 copies of AK, untap, then you cast an AK for 3. I think it comes up like a lot, this one. I know it's 2 cards to draw 3, but you're playing a combo deck, right? So like getting some of those cards out of your deck plus drawing 3 more, I think in the terms of pre-modern, that seems pretty good. Meditate might be the second best draw spell you have in his deck. It's an old High Tide staple. If you played Legacy, it's a 1 blue and 2. You draw 4 cards, but you skip your next turn. Notably, one of the ways I learned how to play this card was if you do at the end of your opponent's turn, if they don't know that they're going to take an extra turn, usually that's the best time to cast this card, besides, of course, the combo turn. So let's say if you just need to draw 4 cards, it's always, in my opinion, it's a better idea to just do it at the end of their turn. That way they just take an extra turn, but they weren't planning to play their turn like they're going to take another turn. So like you might have an opponent that's, hey, I can play a creature or I can hold up Lightning Bolt in my hand. Obviously, if they knew they're going to take another turn, they might just play the creature because then they get to untap and attack with that creature instead of just holding up like a Lightning Bolt that, in this case doesn't do as much. But again, that's usually like in this deck, hopefully it's a corner case, right? Like usually you just want to cast this in the turn that you're going to win the game. But if you do have to draw 4, just randomly draw 4 because your hand needs some help, I believe that's probably the best timing to cast Meditate. Then we have 4 copies of Show and Tell that in this deck kind of works as like a dark ritual to put Dream Halls in play. It just shortens a turn or 2 sometimes. Island, City of Traitors, Show and Tell, you can get Dream Halls in play, or one of the Soul Lands plus a Lotus Petal might be a turn 1 Dream Halls. It kind of depends on the rest of your hand, the texture of the rest of your hand, because you do need cards to discard to Dream Halls to get the combo going. So City of Traitors, Petal, Show and Tell, that's already like 3 cards I just mentioned, and Dream Halls itself doesn't really do anything, so you still have to have 2 other cards to get the combo going. So but it's a possibility, and I think against mono black decks, for instance, or mono red decks in game 1, usually they don't have a way to remove Dream Halls, so that's a play that you can make. Then Russian Knowledge, like I kind of mentioned before, it's the AB part of the combo here for Dream Halls. You get Dream Halls in play, discard a card, draw 5, and then you kind of off to the race. Opportunity, this one, at first you're like, well, it's like another Dream Halls card that you can just draw 4. Yes, that is true, but it's also an instant, and that you can pay 6 mana to draw 4 cards. I know it sounds like I'm just describing the card, but just hear me out. It's not uncommon for you to just end of turn, tap 2 islands and 2 of these lands, and cast an opportunity, draw 4, end of turn. In Premodern also helps bait like counter magic out of your opponent's hand. The other thing you can do, opportunity also is a card that targets a player. So every time you cast it, you have to say who you're targeting. One of the things you can do, and I think usually helps, it happens more against Sly, or I think I'll say Sly. If you brain freeze your opponent doesn't die until they have to draw a card. So you can pass a turn to them. They'll still have an untap phase, an upkeep, and then they will have to go to draw step. And then if they have no cards in the library, then they lose the game. Sometimes against Sly, your life total is kind of low, and they can just burn you out before they get to draw a card. Opportunity helps with that. You can cast an opportunity targeting your opponent, and if that's supposed to brain freeze that milled their whole deck, now they don't have any cards, so they die on the spot. Just something to keep in mind too. Mill your opponent, and if they don't have any cards, you can make them draw a card, and then draw 4 cards. But if you don't have any cards, then the game is just over on the spot, right? Just something aligned to keep in mind. And then looking at the sideboard, it looks like we've got most of the cards here are Cunning Wish targets. We've got a copy of Abeyance that notably you can only cast using Lotus Petal with this deck. Because even with Dream Halls, the cards have to share a color, so we only have one white card in the deck, and it's Abeyance. Then there's a copy of Annul, a copy of Chain of Vapor. We already have one in the main deck. Another copy, a copy of Envelop. Another copy of Arcane Denial. Since we already have one in the main deck. 2 copies of Brain Freeze, which might not be a bad idea sometimes to just have one in the main deck post board. There are some decks that you can just kind of play your spells and cast a Brain Freeze, and sometimes it wins the game. There are decks like Enchantress, for instance, that they just draw a lot of cards. Just naturally, they draw a lot of cards, right? So you don't have to go for the full combo. Sometimes it's just a couple of Lotus Petals, Frantic Searches, and you cast a Brain Freeze for like 8, and with 8 Storms, sorry, and that might just be enough to win the game. So it's just something to keep in mind again. In some matches, you probably just want to have one in the main deck and one in the sideboard. There's a copy of Memory Lapse. It's another counter magic that puts a card on top of their library. I'm not really sure if I'll be interesting ever Cunning Wish for this one. You can do some silly things with this and Brain Freeze. It's not as good in Premodern, but I've seen in other formats you can cast a Brain Freeze, you let the storm count resolve, and then you can Memory Lapse the actual Brain Freeze and put it back on top of your library. If you can somehow draw another card the same turn, then yes, you could Brain Freeze them again for basically a double +1. I'm sorry, +2, because you get the Memory Lapse. I don't know if that made sense, but you cast Brain Freeze, Storm Triggers go in the stack, you let them resolve, and when before one of them finish resolving, you can just Memory Lapse the actual Brain Freeze. You hold priority and put it back on top of your deck. We've got Tolarian Winds in the sideboard too. This card is sweet. Like sometimes I see popping in Legacy Dredge. Actually, I don't know why this card doesn't see more play in Premodern and Legacy, but it's a 1 blue and another, and discard all cards in your hand, then draw that many cards. So it's sort of like a Wheel of Fortune effect, but not quite that strong. But it is a 1 blue and another, so it's a very cheap way to basically redraw your hands. There's a copy of Rushing River. That's just a bounce spell. Like you can bounce pass keep permanents like Medley Mage, or if you get there, you can also pass Sphere Resistance, things like that are stopping you from comboing. Misdirection, pretty versatile card. It's almost like a Force of Will in this format. Notably, you can't target Duress with that, because Duress says specifically that it has to be an opponent. So the player that casts it, they can't be their own opponent. So that doesn't work there. But it works against counter magic. You can make a counter spell target a Misdirection. You can, with the Pyroblast, you can do it. Red Elemental Blast, you wouldn't be able to save your Dream Halls, because Pyroblast actually can target any permanent, but Red Elemental Blast you can't. So, I mean, the Misdirection is interesting. I think it's really for counter magic, but there are some other applications. Like it might work against disenchant effects if you, depending on the deck your opponent's playing, because you do have to have a target for the spell. So like a Naturalize would have to destroy their Mox Diamond or Sylvan Library or something. But interesting card to have in the sideboard. There's also Tranquil Domain. Again, another card that kind of like Abeyance, you'd have to cast off a Lotus Petal. And there's 2 copies of Defense Grid. Good card against a variety of decks in the format. I think Premodern is still kind of blue in general, so Defense Grid is very good there. With that, we'll see how this goes. I was excited to play a combo deck. I couldn't really find one that I really liked it, and this deck, like I said, the Turbos V deck that I had in my account for a while, basically since Show and Tell got unbanned, I could never find a 75 that I was like, all right, this one looks good. And I found this one, and this one looked good. So I decided to record this video, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. And like I said, if you like Premodern and if you like Legacy, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave your comments below. I love reading them, and I try to reply to all of the comments that you guys leave. And I'll see you guys here for round 1. All right, so we're here for round one of the Premodern League. All right, we're trying this new Dream Halls list that I found. I'm excited to try this deck. All right, so we have basically the combo in hand. All right, so I don't think I can mulligan this one. Just need to find a way to start drawing cards afterwards. Let's see what we got in the sideboard really. What if Hills? Okay. But Tolarian Winds does that. Discard all hands in your hand and draw the many cards. Okay, that's one way to do that. So I could play Ancient Tomb. Let's see. But then I'm not gonna have that many cards in my hand, right? Because if I play Ancient Tomb Petal, Cunning Wish, then cast Dream Halls, I'm gonna use all my hands and then all my cards. Discard all cards in your hand. Yeah, so that's not gonna work. I'm just gonna play an island and pretend I'm playing, I don't know, Dreadnought, whatever blue deck is popular right now. A werebear. What is the flavor text again? He exercises his right to bear arms. Pretty clever. I don't. Do I want to change my plan here? I guess I will. Let me. I could play out both petals too in case I want to like grab the Arcane Denial from the sideboard. I don't think it's gonna happen, but maybe. Okay, so if I tap 3, Cunning Wish. Next turn, play Dream Halls. I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3 cards left, and I have. I think the only advantage is that I can actually. Oh, is this? Because if I let this resolve, I think I have a Stifle in the main deck, but I don't think I have one. I don't know if I have an answer to Ventuca Vigilante. I'm just gonna assume this is an angel and not a vigilante. Okay. The only good thing about the Tolarian Winds is that I can actually cast a card. I don't have to pitch a card from my hand. Like I don't have to discard a card to Dream Halls because 2 mana is castable. What are they gonna get from the sideboard? Living Wish is a very underrated card in this format, I think. Or underplayed. Bird's the word. Okay, so that's a vigilante. All right. We figure it out. That's fine. I think I can just kind of like power through that. The Stifle's in my main decks, not in the sideboard. Jesus Christ. It's all the Dream Halls. So the cool thing is that Tolarian Winds is an instant, so maybe it's not too crazy to just pass the turn. because I can do everything at instant speed. Like all my win cons are at instant speed. All right, so with some triggers on the stack. All right, so now we're gonna try to kill them. So we're gonna cast this using mana. All right, now I'm gonna try to do this. Oh, that's a sorcery. Oh, all right. So I have to get a little lucky. Sorry, I completely forgot about that. Rush of Knowledge is a sorcery. Okay, we can still try to do it. Yeah, for sure, I can still try to do it. Okay, so we're gonna do like this. All right, we got the intuition now too. Actually, let me see. So if I do intuition, I will still draw 4 cards. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna do like this. Okay. We can discard show and tell. Could stifle that too. In case something goes wrong. That makes more mana and draws cards too. I got this card too. Oh, this card's something that's going to do damage to me. Untap, untap, untap. So hold on a second. I'm terrible at this, but I'm going to try to figure this out real quick. So the magic number is 16. We're at 11 storm currently. So if I cast intuition, I think the problem now is that I don't have already used one of my Cunning Wish. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm sure there's a way for me to not have to pass a turn. I mean, not pass a turn, but win right now because I already used all my storm. So I have 3 of these and I have 3 of these. So I can't really intuition for these. So what do I have to do? Oh, I was about to concede it. Did it take that long? Oh, my opponent put the clock like... All right, I thought it was supposed to be 25 minutes. I guess I can draw some number of cards here. Okay, so 12. I should be able to find some more spells here. So 13. I don't need this anymore. Okay, I'm gonna pay 2. I just cast this. Cool. 14. Yeah. I think I needed to have something that makes them draw a card. So I don't lose to Gaia's Blessing. Alright, so I can Brain Freeze. I'm gonna try to Brain Freeze them. I have 5 cards in the deck. Okay, so I'm gonna do like this. Alright, just don't show me a Gaia's Blessing, please. Oh, they have multiple Nantuko Vigilantes too? Oh man. That is not good news for me. Alright, so we're gonna go to game 2. Alright, so what do they got? They got some things that destroy enchantments, I guess. So I can either play more counter magic or I can play things like this. I don't think Annul. I was thinking about defense grid because if they have things like naturalize, because so the way Dream Halls works is it's symmetrical. It is from a timing magic when cards were symmetrical. So if they have a green card in their hand plus naturalize, they don't. It doesn't matter if they're tapped out; they can just use the same thing. So that's just a target of a spell, which it's not terrible, but it's not great. I was thinking about just having the 2 defense grid and just keep the 1 Arcane Denial. And I can always showing. I mean, not showing. I can always Cunning Wish for one of these 2. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try like this. Abeyance is interesting too, but I only have like Lotus Petal as a way to cast them, so or cast it because there's only one. All right, it seems kind of a little bit of a trap, but I think their deck's a little slower than my deck, so I think I might have time to just spin a couple of turns, just spinning my wheels here. All right, so I'm looking to 5. I think like the microphone is too close to my face. Sorry about the extra noise there. Right, so they decide to keep their 5 birds. Do I get an extra prize for that? I think I just played Lotus Petal. No, I don't know if it represents anything. It is an extra storm count that I just lost by playing the Lotus Petal on turn 1, but I think it's fine. Maybe they think I have a Arcane Denial in my hand or something. But yeah. So what are they gonna play? Oh, Werebear. Werebear is a sweet card. So if I draw Dream Halls, then I can try to win this turn. You know, draw Dream Halls. So I guess I'm just gonna AK, and then we can AK again. I mean, they're not really putting pressure. They also mulligan to 5, so it's like, and it's not unreasonable for me to just like get 5 mana, casting a Dream Halls, and later just cast another Dream Halls again. Like they're swinging for 1, so losing 1 Dream Halls is not the end of the game. So, and I don't think I want to meditate now, just because again they're not putting pressure. All right, so there's the Dream Halls. So they have 2 cards in hand. I'm gonna see if they tap out next turn, and then I can cast it. Oh, Factor Fiction. Okay. All right, you're getting Tranquil Vigilance or lands. Maybe I should have gone for it. I'm not sure. I felt like if they mulligan to 5, they were holding up something, right? So they're gonna get Vigilante. But then they can't attack, right? And again, I can also just try to kill them at instant speed like I did in game 1. If I do, I have to see. If I draw a blue card, well, if I draw several blue cards, because they have 3 cards in hand. So if they tap out to play a morphed Vigilante, they're gonna have 2 mana up, right? They're not gonna attack with Werebear at this point, I think. So Living Wish. Yeah, I think that's fine. I wonder if there's a point. I just want to AK in response in case I find my one of Arcane Denial. All right, so they got that guy. Let me try to. No Arcane Denial. All right, so they have 1 mana up. So I can Dream Halls. All right, and I'm going to try to do this. Okay, so I'm going to. I guess I'll play the Petal. These are virtually the same thing, right? It just draws 4 cards. Okay. Think I'm going to cast 2 meditate. I mean, not meditate, 2 AKs. I'm going to try to save one of the opportunities for so if I can brain freeze and make them draw a card. Or draw 4 cards, I guess. And, Okay, where's my Lotus Petals? I just used 1. I guess it's still buried in the deck. Okay, now do I need to use this mana? I don't think so. I think I can just use the mana for defense grid, maybe? Because I'm going to try to brain freeze. Maybe I need to use... Yeah, I'm going to save the mana. Okay, so I'm going to discard this. I'm going to grab brain freeze. And try to cast it. Okay. That is Stifle? No. All right, cool. So game one. Or sorry, match one of the league. See how the rest of the league go. Pretty excited to play this. Hello, hello. All right, so we're back here for round 2 of the league. Chapo, got the right deck. Cool. All right. El Chapo. I wonder if that's a reference to someone. So this hand, I don't think is keepable. It doesn't really do anything, right? Yeah, I don't have Dream Halls. I don't have Show and Tell. Barely draw cards. All right, so we're gonna mulligan this one. I mean, I've got an Arcane Denial, but I'm on the draw, so I don't think that's really good neither. Yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna keep this one. I can put those two back actually. All right. It's a bit slow, but I mean, I can, if I draw a blue card next turn, then things get a little better, I guess. All right, so I'm playing in Sly. I'm gonna play this, and I'll pass. So I think the plan here is to end of turn intuition for Dream Halls, and then hopefully not die before that happens. Okay. Yeah, because this thing doesn't go up in mana, right? Because if I tap, actually, hold on a second. If I tap these two to Frantic Search, no, the only advantage would be if I draw the actual Dream Halls, but I don't think that's great. Most likely I'm just gonna get bolted and Dream Lava Master. No. Oh. Interesting. I wonder if they had Pyroblast in the deck. Also, Mono Red, like, is one of those decks that Dream Halls being symmetrical, like, comes up a lot, right? Because so they have 3 cards in hand, so they could cast one of their burn spells for free. I'm gonna go to 11. And so end of turn, I am going to cast Intuition. I'm gonna show them 3 Dream Halls. And I think I really want to try to make them draw cards and kill them before they get to untap. So do I want to make a mana or 2 mana? I wonder if it's going to be relevant with Frantic Search. Well, I guess not really, because if I draw... I'm going to try to keep my line around. Maybe Frantic Search will be relevant later. Not sure about this one, but... Alright, so I am going to try to draw... Try to draw 5. Okay. Draw 4. I'll play the Lotus Petal. And isn't this situation that matters? Because if I play Ancient Tomb, cast Frantic Search, but it only goes up like in colorless mana, so I don't even know if it matters too much. You could Frantic Search and then tap these two. Maybe I don't need to do this now. Let me guess in this case, does him still? I'm trying to see if it's a punt not to use the Frantic Search as untapper, because then I could cast a Rush of Knowledge for its casting cost. If I use Ancient Tomb, cast Frantic Search, I get to untap these two first before I have to sack it. Is that how this works? I think so. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Cast this. You can discard this too. Okay, then I get to tap this first. All right, so this actually kind of makes sense. Then I think now I just sack this for mana. And I'll cast this for full retail price. Okay, and how many 8Ks do I have? Just one in the graveyard. 11 more cards in the deck. 15. And I can make them draw. So I'm gonna get a Brain Freeze. I could no, I'm not gonna try to do too much. Let me just, oh, did I choose to? I can just cast it. what I could have done was like I was thinking about if I put Chain of Vapors on Lotus Petals, I can stack and then replay them. It's like sort of like an old trick that I've done a bunch of times playing in Legacy Ant. You Chain of Vapors your Lies-Night Diamond and Lotus Petals just to gain more storm count. All right, let's see. What else do I want? So I want Defense Grid probably for Hydroblast and stuff like that. No, not Hydroblast, Pyroblast. And Abeyance is cool, but I think it should just stay in the sideboard. Misdirection is like not great against Red Elemental Blast. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'm gonna keep it like this. So that's a cool deck. Broke my rule of like just closing chat before every match because lately I've been getting too distracted with messages while recording and playing. Sorry, throat went out there for a second, or my voice went out for a second. Okay, so this one is really depends on finding a Dream Halls, but I think this is fine. It's really hard to mulligan to a good hand all the time. They're not gonna play anything. All right. So well, in this case, I think I'm just gonna take it easy then. I feel like they're just probably gonna hold up Pyroblast for forever. Or they're just gonna bolt me on the turn. That is a lightning bolt. I'm gonna play one of these out. I almost have enough mana to cast an opportunity. Ball lightning. All right, so I'm gonna go to 8 life. That's getting dangerously low. All right, now, well, I can't end the turn do anything because of my own defense grid. I was like, should I just cast an AK at the end of the turn? You guys want to try the Frantic Search? And we failed. All right, so I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have enough to cast Dream Halls if I draw it. Not a show and tell. All right, this is not looking good, but let's see. I mean, we got 1 draw step still, I think. I mean, they have 4 cards in hand. I guess Ball Lightning plus Fire Blast kills me. Is that what's happening? I guess Lightning Bolt does too, yeah. All right, I'm going to go to 2, where the chance they don't have a shock in hand. Okay, Fire Blast. And it was an island. All right, so I think, do I want to have an Arcane Denial? No, I think I just have 2. Should I mulligan to a hand that has a combo? Guess I'm gonna play first. So this hand can find my combo, but it's really, really slow, right? Because I have to First intuition for show and tell, then intuition for the Frantic Search. Maybe can find a thing. All right. Because if I draw one of the halves, then I could Frantic Search to go up in mana, I think. Ooh. I guess still have to do this. But the next turn Frantic Search does make me go up in mana, right? Because then Saprazzan Skerry will untap. That's a puppy. All right, let's try to find a Dream Hall. But this thing still makes more mana, right? So, Frantic Search. Can discard these two. And tap this. So I can cast Dream Halls and then try to go off. Oh, they don't have anything. Okay. Unfortunately for me, my deck is also being a little of a punk ass here. Oh, damn. This is tragic. All right, so I'm gonna cast this. In response, I am going to counter. But I think I just lost the game. A 4-mana Ancestral Recall. And join another Dream Halls. Yeah. I don't think I can win anymore. Especially since Dream Halls also costs double blue. So if they Pyroblast the one that's in play now, I won't be able to cast the next one until it's too late. I guess I need to draw. Let me see. If I draw another AK, maybe with a capital M. Maybe I went through the motions too fast there. I don't know if there was something that could have done a little different, but yeah, rush for knowledge, like drawing 5 cards. That was really the path to win, right? Because I didn't want to cast Tolarian Winds against them. Maybe I could have. Maybe there was a line like just casting double Brain Freeze. I guess I'm not sure. Maybe I'll look in the replay eventually. All right, they have enough burn spells to kill me, right? Yeah, that's a Mog Fanatic. Okay, cool. Yeah, that would, I guess, draw 4 cards. Well played, opponent, and that's what I get for putting too many artifacts in my deck, I guess. All right, we'll see you guys here for round 2. I mean, round 3. All right, so we're here for round 3 of the league. Sorry, got my. Make sure I had the right deck. Cool. Looks like I'll be on the play, which is great when you're playing a combo deck. Unfortunately, this hand is not keepable. This one is terrible too. Yeah, I can't really cast anything, and I guess that doesn't play any cantrips. So yeah, I think I have to mulligan. I'm gonna keep this one. So what am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna put back Chain of Vapors and Lotus Petal, probably. I'm just gonna play this thing. Hopefully I will draw out of it, or maybe my opponent just play a turn 1. I don't know. What do I want to see on turn 1 for my opponent, so I don't die before I get find my combo. An island is probably okay. I think I'm just gonna keep I think I'm just gonna AK a couple of times and see if I can draw out of it. Alright, so if it's Dreadnought, it can take too long. If it's like a Psychotog deck, maybe I have a little bit of time. I'm just gonna try to AK. Draw a Cunning Wish. Alright. Well, the next one, I get to draw 3. I don't know, maybe I should have responded to that before they untapped. Life total does not matter here, so. Yeah, I clicked too fast. I should have probably I should have drawn response, but slight mistake here. Mishra's Factory. Why not? You can take an extra turn, opponent, or you don't. I'm gonna counter spell. Okay. Seems fair to me. Another AK. All right, so let's do this. Ugh, okay. Days. Now they're gonna draw 4 cards. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, so it is a Dreadnought deck. For a second, I thought it was some kind of just like mono blue tide control or whatever you want to call it these days. Yeah, I think we can pack it in here. So yeah, I think I'm on defense grid, and maybe I just want one of these in my main deck. Yeah, on target sorcery. No, it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, Chain of Vapors is good too, I guess. Well, maybe Misdirection instead of these two. Misdirection almost like works like a Force of Will a lot of times. Oh no, I've got 2 extra cards. Maybe we can cut a number of Lotus Petals because I can't really try to go as fast. And I don't want to like, since, yeah, kind of like learn the lesson from last match, right? I don't want to have too many non-blue cards in my deck because after Dream Halls resolves, like, I need to be able to keep drawing blue cards to cast my other blue cards that draw more cards. I mean, it's a turn 2, and I can play around days. I'm gonna keep this one. Right, so I'm just gonna play the is that depletion? Depletion, yeah, depletion land. Saprazzan Skerry. All right. Oh, they say turn 2. It's turn 3. Sorry. I play an opt. All right. So I could get a Cunning Wish for. I mean, I'm sorry. I could guess Cunning Wish for. You wouldn't want to get with Cunning Wish. Probably have Stifles in the deck too, right? So it's kind of so hard for me to actually mill them out. I'm just gonna chill here. Impulse. Okay. Oh, that's a good card. Opt. I could tap out, play Cunning Wish and Intuition this turn. Let's try Cunning Wish first. See what they do. It's gonna counter spell. All right, I'm gonna try Intuition then. Target them. I kind of just need them to tap those 2 lands. All right, counter spell 2. Now I can play around. What's the card? Days. I could Well, if a Frantic Search, no, I can't. I need to. I can only play around 1 days. Okay, I'm gonna foil. All right. Well, they have 2 cards in hand. I've got a Dream Halls in hand, and if I draw a Show and Tell, I guess I'm not terrible shape. Why does this card have to be double blue? Don't want a Frantic Search. No, I think this is okay. I do think that maybe Meditate in a turn is not terrible because I think drawing 4 cards is better than taking an extra turn. Flash of Insect. Why any of those cards could be something that I could Misdirection. I mean, not that I have Misdirection now, but it would be convenient. Dreadnought. Okay. So I can't. I go to 14. No, I think that's better still. No, but then I can't tap this ever. Oof, this is rough. Hmm. I think I have to do this way. All right. So yeah, that was did not have a chance to get Dream Halls in play. So if I draw 2 cards, I wouldn't be able to cast Dream Halls this turn anyways. I need to find a Show and Tell. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a tough matchup too, because again, they have a lot of counter magic and Stifle, so like sometimes when you put the Brain Freeze on the stack, the resources are kind of low, so it's not hard to just get stifled and not be able to win the game. All right, cool. So we are currently 1 and 2 in the league. We'll be here for round 4. All right, we're back here for round 4. I'll be on the draw this time. So I don't think this hand is keepable. This one seems alright. Should I? I think I'm gonna like this. All right, and Hopefully I don't get duressed here. Like, yes, I can start with an island. I don't know if they're playing Wastelands in that deck, so. Mistress Factory. Oh, it's a zombie infestation deck. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think. Oh, you might just have to meditate in a turn. I do have Lotus Petals in the deck, so I'm not gonna get locked under contamination. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Oh, I could have stifled that. Maybe I should just slow down a little bit when I'm playing combo. All right, so this is fine. Yeah. Because if I stifle that, but then I'm not doing anything to. Powder keg doesn't do much. All right. Can always stifle powder keg if I really want to keep my Lotus Petal around and I never shot him port too. That's kind of annoying. All right, so I have 9 cards in hand. Oh, they put it as a 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tap my thing. I'm gonna play an island. To play this. And I think I am going to. Let me see. I think I'm just going to discard AK because I kind of want it to be in the graveyard anyways. Put it at 2. What do you think I'm playing? So this is something that probably wouldn't happen in paper because you could have just go to the next phase and I would have my lens tapped, but a magical line, I guess that can happen. I do need to have an island. And I'm going to tap this too. Not an island. All right, so we're going to try to show and tell Dream Halls into play. And by me, I'm magical line in papers because I think I'm magical line people sometimes trying to do things more efficiently. I'm going to put a Dream Halls. If they're mono black, I don't think they have any answers to this. Like to the point that maybe I can even. It's probably even safe for me to pass a turn and not have to do anything. Yeah, Engineer Plagues is not. Yeah, they can name whatever creature they want. Like, I don't. Do I have any creatures in my 75? I don't think so, right? Can't even make tokens. Fairy. Oh, okay, but that makes sense. They because of Cloud of Fairies. So I'm gonna try to draw 5. That draws 2. I can probably filter those 2 lands that I don't need. Any order. Untap those 3. I can play Lotus Petals, I guess. I have 4 more. So 14. I have 6 cards in the deck. All right. I make sure before I cast a draw 4 that accidentally kills me. All right, so let's just go ahead and grab Brain Freeze. And I can just cast it. Like without paying full retail. Just, oh, it's not letting me do yield. Okay. Yeah, so hit okay a few times. Stage, another spirit, Cabal Therapy, another spirit. Then I'm going to make them draw a card. Okay. So I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to sideboard anything. I'm trying to remember if there's anything that I'm worried about in their deck. I could bring like something like Envelop to have a 1 mana answer to no, I think Misdirection might just be better than. Never mind. I don't think Chain of Vapors does anything. Also, I don't know why I keep saying Chain of Vapors when it's clearly Chain of Vapor. Arcane Denial is okay too. Yeah, I think it's Stifle. Stifle can be good if they have guys Blast in the sideboard, but I wonder if I can just like Cunning Wish for it. Also, Frantic Search is a card that I'm not a big fan when opponents play a bunch of discard spells, but I think it's necessary in this deck. And I think this one's reasonable. Obviously, one of those cards is going to get discarded before I get to cast, but I mean, I get to make a lot of mana with the Skerry and then the rest. Okay. Notably, the rest a card that you can't Misdirection because it says target opponent, so you can't be your own opponent, so. Alright, I played Lotus Petal too, I guess. So I just need to draw a soul land, I guess. And we're off to the races. That is not Manifestation. Hey, okay. I think I'm just gonna meditate end of turn because. Oh, do they have enough damage? No, they don't have enough damage to kill me, right? They could make 2 zombies plus factory. They have Rashad and Port now too, so never mind. Oh, Skeleton's crying. Innocent blood. Huh. Alright, if I have another wasteland, I think as long as they don't attack me, I can just play the draw goal game here. I mean, as long as they don't attack with Mishra's Factory, I mean. Because it's only 2 damage. So like if I draw any lands, if I draw an island, it's perfect, right? Because then I can. Well, they do have the Rashad and Port. Powder keg. Yeah, that's bad vibes here, opponent. Why would you do that? Alright. Yeah, in this case I'm gonna give them an extra turn. Oof, this is not good. I gotta remove a card from your hand. Okay. Where's Misdirection? Like Dream Halls, you just get to discard a card. Then I could discard AK. And everything will be nice. I drew an island. Alright, so in this case, let me see what I want to do. I'm still 16 life. You're gonna discard a Rashad on Port? I guess I'm gonna discard this 2. I think I need to cast the AK next turn. And I don't want to have just 1 Dream Halls left in my hand because if they cast a duress, I don't want to like just lose to 1 single duress. I'm gonna go to 12. Opponent, please just pass a turn. They're gonna port me. Alright, I'm just gonna cast AK first. Another Dream Halls. Alright, so could play City of Traitors, they wasteland, but then they, yeah, I think I'm gonna play City. If they don't, then I get to Frantic Search. Yeah. I guess that's one reason for me to have no, but then Misdirection wouldn't help me, right? Because they can just it's gonna flash it back. Alright, I'm gonna keep this one. And maybe they duress the wrong thing. I'm not sure. It's got a plan here. Worst case scenario, you can always just have to meditate later. Hopefully dodge Wasteland. Also, Eritai's haircut in this art, it is something else. It kept 6. Cool. Yeah, so I was wondering, like to say, if I had Envelop instead of Arcane Denial, then maybe it would have been better. They might just take Show and Tell here because I think it's a more threatening card, right? Because if I top deck Dream Halls, then again, I don't think they have a way to remove it from the game, just being a mono black deck. Maybe they just don't believe I'm gonna draw and they just take, I don't know, Arcane Denial or Intuition. They're deep in the tank. Let's see. What are you gonna take, opponents? All right, Show and Tell. Yeah, I thought that was a correct choice. Unfortunately, they went with the right one. All right, so let me see. I can also get like 3 lands with Intuition too. I just realized that. So if they try to Wasteland me, I'm just gonna Arcane Denial that. They already play land, so I'm not getting Wastelanded afterwards. Took Intuition. Okay. You got a 2 for. Oh. All right, trigger on the stack. You get to draw 1, they get to draw 2. All right. Permanency control. Currently, not a very high CMC on the board. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Show and Tell. Maybe they just spend their turn playing a Powder Keg and pass. I cannot draw a Dream Halls deck. Dream Halls once. Alright. That is not a Dream Halls. It's not even a good cantrip neither because there's no 8Ks in my graveyard. I can always like cast Opportunity too. Just realized that. So, alright, let's just AK. Oh lord, this is an instant though. So like instant. I'm sorry. If I get those 2 in play, I can just cast in response to Rashad and Port. I mean, more cards. It's better, right? Alright, Cunning Wish. I have some goodies in the sideboard, but I don't think anything that helps particularly much this time. I mean, I guess Tolarian Winds, but then... Okay, triple Rashad and Port. Wow. They're going to just triple Rashad and Portman next turn. You're probably thinking about like playing a creature, maybe flashback Cabal Therapy. Maybe not. Either way, I think I'm gonna cast Opportunity. I'm gonna take the opportunity. Huh. They're gonna tap what first? All right, I'll bite the bullet. All right. I will draw. Oh no, did I tap too many lands? Yeah. That's a very good draw for next turn. So if I do this, I can tap 3? No, I can just win this turn, right? Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna discard these two in order. Untap, untap, untap. Make more mana, I guess. Okay. Discard this two. Any order. Untap, untap, untap. You can just cast Dream Halls then. I think that makes more sense. Alright, so I'm gonna try to cast this. And I think I'm kind of like all in on the try to win here. Or mana. Maybe Skeleton's Crying. I think it's only one word because otherwise I would just use Dream Halls to cast it. Alright, I'm gonna yeah, I guess I can let this resolve first. Alright. Yeah, Misdirection makes me feel a little better about my chance of winning now. Alright, so I'm just gonna draw my deck. I can discard Dream Halls. AK, AK, AK. Any order. We'll cast this for the low price of free. And yeah, I can just cast this first. Discard these two. Any order. Untap, untap. I'll pay full retail for the meditation. And play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just cast the Brain Freeze. By the way, every time I say just cast, I mean like as in not using Dream Halls. Okay, cool. Oof, that was a tight game. A lot of discards from my opponents and a lot of mana denial. The wastelands, like I didn't think they were gonna be super relevant, but they turned out to be very good. Well played by the opponent too. This was round 4, and yeah, let's see how we can finish this league. Currently 2-2. Maybe finish with a positive record. All right, so we're here for round 5 with Dream Halls. This was one of those times that I had the wrong deck. Went in the queue. My opponent was just had stone him. All right. Let me see. Can I keep this one? I mean, it's like one land away from like. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna ship this back. And I would just pass. Don't really gain anything by casting Lotus Petal. All right, there's a duress. I mean, I think the most thing that makes most sense is to discard Dream Halls, but maybe they're playing a combo deck and they don't want me to draw cards. So the problem here is that, like, I need to draw 2 things. No. Yeah, I need to draw 2 things now because I need to draw another mana source and a second Dream Halls. Took Petal. Can I please draw a soul land? This is not a soul land. Damn it, deck. This was like the opening that I needed. Okay. They took the Petal. And I have 2 Dream Halls. Alright, I know. Well, it's kind of funny because now I can actually like spam like combo pieces, right? I can play a land, show and tell, they counter, play land, show and tell again. Right, this is giving me Psychotog vibes here. Circular logic. It is Psychotog then, right? The cool thing, the show and tell also doesn't counter the spell that I actually want to resolve. So it's like, so let's say if I draw a land, I can just cast the actual Dream Halls. I don't have to try to show and tell into play. I'm gonna try to do it again. I'm gonna try to do this. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me see. Try to do this. I guess I'll play the battle. Try to draw 5 more. Play out a battle too. Oh, they have 2 AKs in the graveyard too. Sweet. I think I can just pay mana for them. So draw 3 here. Oh, the exam response. Damn it, opponent knowing how to play their deck. All right. Mm, and I think it's just this one now. I'm gonna save the stifle because I can always stifle the delta. um, I think I'm just gonna cast the AK. 14 cards. All right, so I mean 15 storm. I think we can try to win now, right? I could bounce this the Secatog. I think that's no, but then they can bounce back my dream halls. And it's kind of like the same thing. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna cast this. Get brain freeze, and I'm gonna try to brain freeze them. Get rid of this. This matchup seems kind of tough for my deck. Okay. All right, so we got game one. I think I want defense grids, and I'm gonna bring in Arcane Denial, and I think I'm gonna cut this to and a Lotus Petal. I think like Misdirection's another one that maybe. You know what? I'm gonna do this too. Too many blue cards. No. We should have one Lotus Petal back, but no, I think this is okay. I'm not trying to go fast against this deck, right? Because they just play a lot more counter magic than I do, so it might be better to just draw go for a few turns. Okay, so this one, yeah, I think I like this hand. We can try to see if Misdirection is Premodern's Force of Will. Except that, again, if they have the rest, then it doesn't work. It's a dress. All right. So I mean, I guess having meditate's still fine. It took show and tell. Interesting. All right, intuition can help with my problems. Question on F6. We're playing a blue mirror. I think the rest is the only discard spell that they played. I don't think they play. They're gonna target me too. Wow. So if I draw a soul land, then I can just try to cast Dream Halls from my hand. They declined to use port. Okay, so they saw my top deck and they're like, "All right, it's not good. You can keep it." They're gonna opt in response. Interesting. Maybe I'm missing something. Okay, so I'm just gonna play Ancient Tomb, I guess, and I'll try to. I guess I can. I could intuition for 3 AKs, but they play AKs in their deck too, so I don't know if that's the best thing for me to do here because it could backfire. Not reporting themselves. If I just take a draw step, no, I think I'm gonna do this because if they counter, then it's it kind of works as a almost like a counter spell, right? If they have to counter this, but not the actual spell. If I do this, actually, if they counter, do I just let it resolve? Because next turn I can just untap and cast Dreams Hall from hand. And they could have a null in their deck, and then that would be kind of awkward. Gush. All right, that's a lot of cards. Okay, so we're gonna put Dream Halls in play. Okay, so right now they have 7 cards in hand, which represents 8 damage with this. They draw a card next turn, so that's 9 plus half. It's kind of hard for me to win an instant speed, but oh. Do they not have anything? There's no. So I have to hope that they cast an AK? I was wondering if the play was to like get Dream Halls in play and pass a turn, but it's a 16 life. I mean, certainly they could get there. Like no. So they have an on their deck. Gosh. I'm not gonna F6 or consider it yet because if they discard AK, I have a chance of winning. All right. Oh no, because they can just exile. What am I talking about? I keep forgetting they can just exile cards with Sakatok. Yeah. Okay. No, they got it then. At this point. Sorry. I apologize for you guys watching and. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna chip it back like this. I mean, there's Chin of Vapor seems alright. Like, I can bounce a Psychotog. Maybe the Misdirection is not as good than like Memory Lapse or. Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe I should just not have Misdirections in a 75 really. And that's a mulligan. This one's okay, I think. Think I am going to put back maybe Frantic Search. This hand needs a lot of help. I'm only into 6 too, so maybe I have a chance. So I think they're probably just gonna counter this with an Annul. Oh, they didn't. Okay. But some of these cards in my hand are a lot worse now that I can't cast them at the end of their turn. I'm just gonna have to sorcerer speed cast this AK. Maybe they do their AK first and then the rest. All right. Showing tell. All right. Yeah, we're gonna try to find a land. Didn't find a land. All right. Need to find land number 3 if I want to do anything. Doing pulsing. So they found another land. Duress again. Okay. All right. Deck, where's the lands? I need an island. Okay, on the land. So they're gonna take 2 extra turns. No, it's terrible, but I don't think it can do any other way. So they only have 4 cards in hand. I have a Arcane Denial in my hand, so I don't know. I don't think I could have just passed the turn again. The problem that my AK, no, it's my AK, not theirs, so I can still AK for 2. Also, if they exile cards on their turn, then that means, I mean, I'm sorry, if they exile cards on my turn, that means it's 1 less point of damage that Psychotog is going to do. So I don't know. Maybe they'll be relevant. So I basically have to hope that they tap out, and I draw exactly Dream Halls. Right, so they got 4 cards in hand. They're not gonna do any extra damage. No, yes, maybe. Okay, 3 damage. All right, so I can try to win next turn. Is that correct? And I think if they try to counter this, this can make 4 or 5 minutes. I'll have exact 5 minutes next turn. Problem, I also have to have blue cards for my for Dream Halls, right? So I can just like Misdirection and then not have anything to discard to Dream Halls. All right, we're gonna Circular Logic. Let's pay 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I think I'm gonna do this then. This. All right, I'm gonna play this thing, and I'm gonna say go, and Jesus take the wheel. So I need a blue card at least. Oof, they drew 7 cards. Do I just die now? Like it's 8. Maybe it's lethal. I'm not sure. If they have a gush for sure, right? That's 10 cards. Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's 6. Oh, they're foils in that deck too. 9. I was just watching someone stream with Sekatog and they were like short by 1 when I thought for sure that they had lethal. So, but I think in this case there's no wrong math, right? 7. That's 15, 16. Then you just have to discard one more card from their hand. Okay. I'll discard an extra one too. Okay. For a good measurement. All right. So that was round 5. So currently 2 and 3 now. All right. We'll see you guys here for round 6 and the last round of the league. All right. Here for the 6th and final round of the league. Make sure I get the right deck. See how this one goes. Currently 2 and 3 in the league. See if we can finish with a even record. Really don't like how Magic Online changes my Windows settings every time I close a program. All right, so this hand is not capable. No, not at all. This one's okay. I think I will put back. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do hold up counter magic, so I'm just gonna do like that. Everything costs 3 mana in my hand. Jeez. Okay. All right. So my opponent kept their 7. Let's secluded step. I think it's gonna be a pretty straightforward, just end of turn intuition, and hopefully we don't have to fight through too much. Renewed faith. Okay. I think these decks play a good amount of like enchantment destruction like post board, so I'll have to see what we can do about that. Okay, so they're just gonna tap out for Lightning Rift. All right, so I'm gonna intuition. I'm gonna show them 3 copies of Dream Halls. Okay. So I'm trying to see if there's a reason not to play an island now. The only one I can think if is have a Cunning Wish. I mean, not Cunning Wish, I'm sorry. Frantic Search. Right, so I'm going to put Dream Halls in play. And I'm going to try to cast this. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to meditate now. Well, there's kind of a whiff. So I'm going to discard Arcane Denial. I guess I can get 3 Rush of Knowledge. Or I can get 3 Frantic Searches. I think Frantic Search makes more sense. Well, drawing 2. Alright, so this is Rush of Knowledge just draws 4 more, but then like I'm gonna be removing 3 more from the deck. Frantic Search. I think Frantic Search makes more sense. In any order. I mean, no, I think I'm gonna do like this. So I'm gonna tap this for mana. Discard this. Can discard this too. Any order. Untap, untap, untap. Wow. Okay. That did not work out. So I got Seal of Cleansing. I mean, not dead, but it's gonna be really, really hard to win. Okay, so the 2 Frantic Searches in the graveyard. I mean, that's the Frantic Search. I'm sorry. AKs, right? So, I mean, I've got to put something in my hand that draw cards, right? Cunning Wish. No, but then I can't ever win the game because if I'm going to use Cunning Wish for that purpose. So I just need to put. I can do the 3 opportunities, I guess. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough Storm to give it to win. So they only have 3 cards in hand. Decree of Justice. So that's what 1. No, they didn't do any damage with that. All right. They're gonna swing for 2. I go to 12. I'm really doing the math to see if I can afford to meditate. Okay, so second Lightning Rift. So I'm gonna go to 10. Basically 8. But they only have 1 card in hand, so all right. So I'm gonna take 2. I'm gonna go to 8. That's a Lotus Petal. Doesn't really do much. Permanence you control. All right, so I think the only thing I can do here is discard those 2 islands, and so that's 2, 4, 5, 6. I can't even cast the opportunity. Let's see, what have we gotten? Oops. All right, I was trying to look at my sideboard, really. All right, so that's 4 damage. I can't tap Cunning Wish with Ancient Tomb. So if I take 2, I just die to the. Oh, hold on a second. There are. Oh, they just declined to blink the thing. All right. Wow. Let me see. So I guess I don't want Arcane Denial. And Stifle seems okay. I mean, Annul seems better than. I'm a little trying to figure out like if it's better to have them in the sideboard that I can Cunning Wish for, or if it's just better to have in the main deck. I think Annul might just be a little bit. Well, the thing is, I know I have to catch on the coming down. So maybe Chain of Vapors is better to have in the main deck. I'm thinking for Seal of Cleansing. If they have Disenchant, then it's just like really bad. Misdirection is not bad against them, I guess. I know it is bad because they can just. If it's Disenchant, it's good because then I can target their enchantments, which they usually have to have one in the deck. I mean, in play, but okay. So this hand, it looks like we're like 1. No, this is bad. That is better. I can cast this from my hand, so. All right, so I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to put one of them back. And I'm just going to play this land that makes 2 mana. Let's see. Oh, they might have Power Blast type of effects. So this makes. So if I tap these 2, you cast this untap, it doesn't go up in mana. No. Because it makes 3 and then untap and make 3 again. Okay, so I need to have a soul end to be able to use Frantic Search as a ritual for Dream Halls. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if they have like if it's Power Blast that they're holding up. That would be a little annoying. I think I kept both my Arcane Denials in this. Yeah, both Arcane Denials in the sideboard. I mean, I can always Cunning Wish for it, I guess, but okay, another land. I sure can just Cunning Wish for a triple AK. And that should be very good. Yeah, maybe it was a punt not to have. Yeah. I think I need 2 more blue cards. That's not it. Well, this is really bad. Drew a lot of cards that don't do anything. So if I try to show and tell, I guess. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have a Pyroblast, but I don't think I can wait too long. Yeah. Use an Angel, swinging for 4. Okay. I think I might just be dead here. I mean, I can draw like a opportunity, I guess, and maybe that way. Meditate. So I have one more turn, I guess. I'm gonna bank on the fact that maybe they don't have Lightning Bolt in their deck, I guess. I don't know. Right, so I'm gonna go to 1. Just any burn spell kills me. Well, I guess anything that cycles kills me. Yeah, I mean, I thought about like maybe just play City of Traitors and cast Meditate, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's see. I mean, Magic Mind's not letting me do it. But yeah, well played, opponent. Game 1 whiffing was bad, but I think the deck's still pretty good. It's just maybe my lack of experience playing this type of combo. And I think I did mention on the intro that having Dream Halls and Rush of Knowledge, there's always a risk of if Dream Hall is not in play when Rush of Knowledge resolves, then that could happen. And even in this game, like game 2 of this last match, I think I was like, well, this could be a possibility, and it happened. So, but I mean, maybe I said boarding correctly too. I was really more worried about the Seal of Cleansing instead of Pyroblast. I completely blanked. They're playing red. They should definitely have Pyroblast in the sideboard, and I'm playing a mono blue deck. So, yeah, I guess little final thoughts. I guess I think the deck is constructed well. It's a little different than the one I mentioned in the intro, the Turbos V deck that I found. It does play less of the, I guess, quote unquote fluff that the other deck has, like the less air. Like I think the other deck was playing cards like what is the one that draws 2 cards? Inspiration. In Reminiscence. Even like Impulse like doesn't seem that great, and Mana Severance is actually kind of interesting because it helps you like not whiff after you get your combo or Dream Halls in play, right? Which maybe something that should be in here, but then I guess Chain of Vapors and Stifle will be the spot. That seems like to be like the flex slot, right? And then Frantic Search, I can see Frantic Search being a key piece in this list too, because it does help filtering out the lands that you draw, like the extra lands you draw. And also there's a lot of cards here that you can actually cast them, like like Arcane Denial, AKs, and Stifles, and Chain of Vapors. Even Meditate, right? So you don't have to always use Dream Halls to cast those cards. You can just cast them. Like I think I did a few times in the league. But yeah, I think if I was gonna make any change to this deck, maybe like those will be the 2 slots, and like clearly they're the flex slots here, right? Because there's 1 copy of each. And then the sideboard, it's I mean it seems fine as a wish board for Cunning Wish. I think like all the cards, they all have like a specific situation that you want to use. Memory Lapse is the one I was a little puzzled. Like I said, I think the only time I can see me wanting to use Memory Lapse is if you brain freeze and you just want to put back the original copy on top of your library. And I think I've seen like this happening with Remand in Legacy. Remand's a little different because Remand puts the card back in your hand, not on top of your library. But what you can do, you can cast Brain Freeze, let all the Storm copies resolve, and then you counter Brain Freeze itself and then put it back on top of your deck. And then, I don't know, if you have a way to draw cards, you can just cast it again the same turn, or you can wait a turn and then do it again. I'm not sure, but that's the only time I can see Memory Lapse being like better than, I don't know, something like Mana Leak or Arcane Denial. But yeah, and yeah, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the league, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Premodern.